Hello everyone, my name is Erica. I'm from the Lotus Connection, and today I am going to do a reading in regards to what's going on with the Divine Masculine for the end of October, beginning of November, okay? I'll probably be doing these videos once a month because I am also in a twin flame connection, and I am the Divine Feminine. Some of you may be a Divine Feminine just wanting to catch up and see what's really truly going on with the energies. I've lit 2 candles. I have one for the Divine Masculine and one for the Divine Feminine to bring in the spirit and to help me with my messages. I've gone ahead and meditated. So before I pull cards, I do want to say a few things in relation to what we're going to be going into. So this reading may or may not resonate with everyone. So that's just a pre-warning. I tend to curse. At times, it's not guaranteed that I will, but if that's something that offends you, you may want to stop the reading. I'm going to be utilizing the pronoun they because a Divine Masculine can be female or male. It does not, just because it says Divine Masculine, it does not necessarily mean that the individual is a male. We're just talking about the energies. So while I am female and I am the Divine Feminine, it does not mean that there are not males out there who are the Divine Feminine who's doing the chasing, okay? And then we have the Divine Masculine who can also be female who's doing the running, okay? This reading is probably going to focus more so on those that are in separation. So if you are not in separation, this probably won't resonate with you as much, but you can certainly listen to the reading. So as I was meditating, I ate before I meditated, so I ate. I drank a lot, water, of course, and I sort of just sat here in meditation, and a lot of things were coming up for the Divine Masculine right now. So for the Divine Masculine, they are very confused. I think there's a lot of things going on within their lives that's coming to the surface more so, especially in regards to their inner child. I think there's a lot of things from their past, either past relationships or things that were going on within their own relationships with their family, that is sort of brimming to the surface and needing to be resolved. And this is causing confusion because I feel like the Divine Masculine, for many of you, it appears to you, the Divine Feminine on the outside, that the Divine Masculine is happy without you, right? They're kind of portraying this sense of overwhelming confidence, but it's, and so to the Divine Feminine, we are thinking that, you know, they are doing just fine without us. They could care less if we're in the picture or not in the picture. And really that is a farce. They're very confused. I think they felt like it was okay. I think they felt like they were secure in removing themselves from the connection. And I think they thought that they were going to be all right. And now it's like, oh shit, no, I'm really not. And they're confused by this. I also feel like there's a lot of regrets coming up for them, an overwhelming response of regrets. I feel that those that ran from the twin flame connection, so the Divine Masculine, they are feeling very regretful in the things that they had said, the things that they had done, or the things that they have not done. They're really reevaluating what they did in the connection, and they're very reminiscent of the times that you guys had shared. Whether you've gone in separation, a reunion in separation, whether or not you've been in separation this whole entire time. They are thinking about the divine feminine, and they're very reminiscent in regards to the connection that you guys do have and the love that you share. There is a lot of love for the divine feminine. It was so much so it was so overwhelming that I really wanted to cry, and I'm not an emotional type of person. And I really wanted to break down crying because it was just so powerful, the amount of love that the masculine does have for the divine feminine. And it was just so powerful and also so annoying at the same time, because the divine feminine wants to feel this from the divine masculine, wants to hear this. And it's just sad that this separation is causing heartache on both lines, both with the divine femme and also the divine masculine. They're not sure how to fix the connection, and they're really trying in their brain to figure out ways to either come into communication with you or how to fix the past and move forward. They're really confused. They're not awakened yet. They're not awakened to the connection. They may know, or they may sense even more now than ever, that there is a connection between the two of you. They may not have known that this connection was here, or maybe it was brought to light, but they kind of just poo-pooed it and was like, fuck that, I'm not going to deal with it. But now they're becoming very aware of the connection, and they're not sure how to fix it. They know that they're the issue, that you are not the issue. They have very low self-esteem right now, a lot of self-worth, a lot of low self-worth. They're not feeling worthy of your love, divine femme. Okay, they're not feeling worthy of your love. So they see you in such a superior light. They're putting you on a pedestal and feeling like they're not able to reach that level that you are at, and that you would not accept them at the current state that they're in. They're also very busy and overwhelmed in their lives. There could be a lot of moving going on, could be a lot of issues within their job. They could be really working hard or immersing themselves in their job and careers so that they don't have to focus in on the loss of the connection right now. They're very tired. They're not getting a lot of sleep. And that also brings me back to you, divine feminine. I feel like you're not getting a lot of sleep either, because the both of you guys are astral traveling together. Okay. Right now I'm sensing a great deal of telepathic lines opening up, a lot of dreams, a lot of astral traveling together. I feel like the divine masculine more than ever is having these experiences a lot more than the divine feminine has or has had. And this is sort of causing them to be a little bit confused and also a little bit overwhelmed, not realizing about this connection. Excuse me. And sort of for such a long time being oblivious to it, or really being just ignorant overall in the connection. Divine feminines, you are feeling extremely confident right now. Maybe in the past you have felt like you were not good looking enough, or kind of even questioned your own self-worth. But I feel like in this period of time, this Venus retrograde, it's allowed the divine feminine to really self-evaluate life and kind of really celebrate our independence, but also to truly try to figure out what it is that we want in a connection with a partner, and really evaluate what we will and will not accept. And so therefore we're stepping into our own power and realizing that we may or may not need somebody in our life in a romantic sense. So I feel like a lot of empowerment is happening with the divine feminines. This does not mean that you are not emotional or that you do not think about your divine masculine, because I do sense that a lot of you, especially in the past few days, could be a week ago as well, a lot of you guys had a huge emotional response. A lot of you were crying and about your divine masculine, and Some of you may I see like journaling, writing down. Some of you may have even reached out to Divine Masculine. Either way, there was a lot of feelings and trying to obtain some sort of resolvement within yourself. And therefore it created an emotional response, a crying response, and your Divine Masculine felt that and heard you, heard your cry, heard your plea, heard whatever it is that you wanted to communicate with, even if it was just in your head. Sorry about the shaking of my camera. I will fix this a little bit here. There's also a uncertainty on the Divine Feminine's, on the Divine Feminine side of whether or not you are going to wait for your Divine Masculine. I feel like a lot of Divine Masculines feel that the Divine Feminine is just going to sit around and wait, and that's part of the reason, or part of the cause as to why the Divine Masculine isn't hurrying up with their shit and resolving things. Part of it is because they're not awakened, and the other part of it is a part of them, their subconscious part, truly knows that you are the one for them, but for whatever reason they are just feeling like they can figure it out whenever they feel like figuring out, because the Divine Feminine will always be there for them. It's not necessarily a bad or good thing. It is not necessarily something to be like excited about, but it also doesn't mean for the Divine Feminine to be petty or vindictive and then go, well, the Divine Masculine's not coming towards me, so I'm just going to do whatever I want. It's more complicated than that, because some of you have already done that, already tried to move on and found that you're having a harder time connecting with other individuals. I've done it myself. I've gone out with individuals on dates, or, you know, just even gone out by myself and met people and just had conversations and moved forward, but I wasn't connecting. And when we're not ready to connect, or when we feel that, you know, well, we're just going to pass time like the Divine Masculine is, it doesn't work that way for Divine Feminines. That's the most annoying aspect of it, right? You know, it's like, how can the Divine Masculine do this to us, but the Divine Feminine has such a hard time moving on, and it creates such a frustration within us, and also also feelings of resentment towards the Divine Masculine, okay? But we're having a hard time connecting with other people. It's confusing us. It is causing emotional responses in regards to wanting our Divine Masculine, reaching out to our Divine Masculine in a spiritual form. I feel like a lot of Divine Feminines right now are actually honoring the Divine Masculine and not reaching out, or not reaching out as often. Some of the Divine Feminines have children with the Divine Masculine, and therefore some communication may be brought up, but I feel like overall the Divine Masculine is pretty closed. And it's just because they're trying to figure everything out. I do feel that the Divine Feminine is having feelings of the Divine Masculine coming. Okay, I feel like a lot of you guys are feeling within yourselves kind of like the calm before the storm, knowing something big's going to happen and it's going to change your world a little bit, and feelings of the Divine Masculine being a part of that shift. I feel like the Divine Feminine has been in a very peaceful state, very self-assured state, doing your own thing, maybe going back to things that you hadn't done in a really long time, painting, journaling, you know, singing, just spending time for yourself, taking walks, taking care of yourself. I just feel like there's a lot of inner self-reflection, inner self-care, inner self-love that's happening right now. Not 100% dealing with the Divine Masculine, not them being your constant thought. Whereas months prior, or kind of towards your end of your, you know, towards your separation, I feel like your thoughts were consumed by the divine masculine and what the divine masculine's doing. And I feel now we're coming into a place of sort of like understanding more. I feel like the divine feminine is becoming more understanding of the path the divine masculine needs to take. This is a learning process for the divine masculine. It's also a call of awakening. Some divine masculines will awaken during this time frame, and some will still need more guidance. It all depends on the work that's being done, you know, on themselves. We can't force our divine masculine to do anything, just as the divine masculine can't force the divine feminine to do anything. However, the divine feminine and divine masculine, we're actually one soul. Okay, we're connected. That's why we're having these telepathic dreams, even telepathic communications throughout the day. Maybe there's a thought that wasn't your thought and you were just kind of like, how the hell did that get in there? There's a lot of astral traveling. I don't know about you, but my divine masculine has definitely been in my bed at night, sleeping beside me, and I'm curled right over to them and holding that individual. So that's been happening quite a bit. Some of you guys may have been trying to move on, and your divine masculine spiritually is there with you, and you're kind of just feeling rather weird, almost like you're being watched. And divine feminines, whether you wish to acknowledge this or not, or if you're not aware of it or not, your divine masculine is watching you. They may not be in communication with you, but they're checking on your social media. They probably have spotted you out places, or people that you mutually may know have spotted you and have told the individual. Could have been, you know, if you guys share children, could have been children. It could have been family members that are in contact with your children, that, you know, are in connection with you. and therefore you guys, there's some form of communication about the divine feminine to the divine masculine. And so they are aware of what's going on, and that's also kind of shaking them up a bit, because they're seeing that you're becoming a more self-sufficient individual, that you're not codependent on them. And this is a very attractive feature to the divine masculine, because they're looking at it like, I could lose this person and I don't want to lose them. I don't want to let them go. I need to get my ass into gear. And this is the transitional period that I'm feeling is happening right now. Okay. Divine feminine, when you are feeling bouts of depression for no reason or lack of energy, this is the presence of your divine masculine coming in. You are telepathically feeling what they're feeling. And so there's strong telepathic lines, dreams, astral traveling happening between you guys right now. And it's just going to get more and more intense as Scorpio season continues. Okay. So these are the messages that I've been getting. Divine feminine, you've also been reaching out to the divine masculine, dreams and telepathic messages. I advise, if there's something that you want resolved, to do the energy work within yourself, and to also communicate those messages telepathically as well, because this is going to help the healing process. Also, doing some inner child work is going to help as well. As I continue to keep moving forward in my YouTube channel, I'll be sharing my own meditations with you. It's just been very hectic for me. I just started doing this YouTube channel. I'm loving it. I'm loving the responses. I'm loving the subscribers. It's a work in progress, and I hope I can continue to keep sharing my messages and sharing myself to the world, because I truly believe with twin flame connections that it is a powerful force, and more twin flames are being reunited, and we're being reunited for a collective consciousness, right? And so it is with everyone's duty who is in a twin flame connection to help the connection. So the most important thing for you as the divine feminine is to really work on yourself and becoming more and more attractive to the divine masculine. And this only comes with self-care, self-love, and self-healing. It's not about codependency, and a lot of people forget that, and feel that they need their divine masculine. You need to come to a place where you don't need the divine masculine in order to be happy. So that's just a little piece of advice Spirit would like to tell you. Now I am going to go into a spread. I'm just going to fold my notes, kind of like my own sort of spread, and I want to look at the energy. I'm going to be utilizing the Fountain Tarot for the original part of the reading, and then I will be utilizing the Lynn Strider deck for clarification. Again, this is just general. This is the Divine Masculine, what's going on between the Divine Masculine and all of that good stuff. So this is not a reading. This is not a reading for the Divine Feminine. This is to look at what's going on with the Divine Masculine at this time for October, end of October, beginning of November. So what is the Divine Masculine's issue? What are they facing currently? What's going on with the Divine Masculine? Thank you. All right. So I'm getting, let me see if I can move some things around to kind of give you guys more of an idea of what's going on. All right, so we got 8 of coins, 8 of coins reversed, 2 of coins, and then the 5 of swords. Okay, so I truly feel like right now there is a position, there is a lack of, there is a lack of wanting to work on things. They're not sure how to work on things. They're very, very, very confused. And so they're sort of projecting, they're sort of neglecting the relationship, okay? They're neglecting, whether they're aware of this or not, they're truly blocking their energy. They are neglecting the connection between the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. It also could be they're going through a difficult time mentally, having some depression or anxiety, and they're not knowing how to put their energy into this to move forward. They may have felt that they tried working it out and it was a failed attempt, and so therefore they're kind of nervous and they're feeling like they could be rejected. The 2 of coins, they have a lot of options going on, and this could be trying to balance work and their feelings, because I feel with the Divine Masculine that you are consuming their thoughts, and it's sort of becoming an issue at work, and also when they're at home. I feel like they're really juggling wanting to not recognize the connection with whatever aspects going on in their life. And so they're balancing a lot right now. And it's very hard for them to sort of get away from needing to juggle all of this. For some, a very select few of you, this could be that they're juggling an additional person and trying to get out of that connection and not really knowing how to. But all in all, I'm feeling like there's just a lot of things going on in their lives that they're contemplating changing and trying to balance out, and thoughts of you are definitely crossing their mind more than it should, and it's impacting a lot of different aspects of their life, mentally, physically, emotionally, the whole 9 yards. For the 5 of swords here, this is letting me know that they are recognizing that everything that they're going through currently in their issues, right? The issues that they're facing. that they were very impulsive and very confrontational, and also that they brought that upon themselves. It could have been that it could have been that they've alienated themselves so far from everybody that they're not able to really see the true picture right now. They don't know who they are. They're very confused in regards to what they want. They've alienated themselves so much that they're not too sure what the real truth is or where their true priorities lie at this point. They may be listening to outside influences that are affecting decisions and affecting their position or their stance or how they move forward right now. And so there's just a lot of confusion with the divine masculine that's really impacting them now, which was the original message that I got when I was channeling, and just being lazy, just having too many options or too many things going on, and also alienating themselves and being really impulsive, and also realizing that they put themselves in this position. Maybe you guys were in reunion and then you guys separated again, were in reunion and separated, and so it's this constant going back and forth, and this time they're really realizing that there's something wrong. It's something to do with them, right? I think this is pretty explanatory, so I'm not really going to clarify those cards. I'm not going to be clarifying each position and things like that. The video would just be too long. What is the current energy for the divine masculine? The moon. Okay, so obviously with the moon, there's a lot of uncertainty. There is a lot of lack of clarity. There's a lot of rough waters ahead and not being so sure which path, the light or the dark, dealing with the shadow self. And truly, that's really what they're dealing with right now. And I think before, the divine feminine was there for the divine masculine through these times, and now the divine feminine is not there. And so the divine masculine's really looking at this shadow self and not really knowing what to do with themselves, right? And not knowing how to heal themselves. And so this is creating a lot of conflict, a lot of confusion within them. And so they're very, there's a lot of chaotic energy within them, a lot of confusion, a lot of needing to see the light and not sure how, and needing guidance. So let's see if we can clarify what is the current energy for the divine masculine. Why is the moon here? Please clarify. Thank you. So their shadow self is involving a lot of pain, a lot of conflict, a lot of heartache, something that really wounded them, and they are unable to pick themselves up. This could have been something that was in the past. This could have been something that was recent. But there is hurt here that they're having very difficult time processing. Third party could have been involved, but not necessarily. This just could have been the separation just being extremely hurtful, and not knowing how to heal. Not knowing how to heal the shadow self. The King of Swords. So right now they're trying to really think about what's going on with themselves, because I truly don't feel like they know who they are, and they're really trying to fix the issues. And so they're not trying to get all emotional. So if the divine feminine's trying to reach out to them, they know that they're not in a good place to interact, and they don't want to further abuse the connection, okay? Or that's not the right word, but they don't want to create more drama or create an issue in the connection. They don't want to hurt you. So they're being more aware, whereas before they were just doing things just to do things and not really understanding why they were doing things, and not really caring how it impacted the divine feminine. But now that they are kind of aware of things that are working, and I can feel pulsating on this card right now, but now that they know, the divine feminine in that situation exists, they are not wanting to do anything to hurt you further. They're not wanting to continue this Three of Swords here. So they're really looking at this connection in a very logical way. They're not trying to make extreme decisions without truly looking at it. We have the Star in the reverse. So the energy right now that's going on with them, they are having a little bit of pessimism because they're not sure how to work this shadow self, right? They so much stuff is coming up to the surface for them, as I mentioned in my channeled messages, that they're not sure how to deal with this because they don't have the divine feminine for guidance, and they'll be damned with this again, the King of Swords. They'll be damned if they go and ask you divine feminine. They're not looking to. There's still a lot of pride and ego that's in their way, and they're not looking to appear. They're not looking to appear weak at this point, even though they really are feeling it. They're feeling like they may have lost you. They're feeling that they don't know how to get the connection back, and they're not being strong, and they're losing faith is where they currently are at right now. They're losing faith. They don't know how to move forward with their shadow self, how to take care of themselves. They don't have the divine feminine for guidance. I feel like they have a lot of other people's opinions, and they're not jiving with that of the divine masculine, and so they're really not sure what to do, and they're really losing hope. This, I believe, is what they need, a shakeup that they need in order to revive the connection and order to be awakened, okay? But this is the current energy between them for the masculine right now, what the masculine is currently dealing with. It's what's not helping the situation that they were facing before, as I mentioned earlier, okay? So this is just all confirming, and I like when they confirm my channeled messages because it really truly means so much to me that I can connect in such a way. Before I used to really self-doubt my abilities, and so when I'm able to channel and then the cards while shuffling can confirm it for me, it makes it a whole lot better. How does the divine masculine feel about the divine feminine? I'm sorry if you can hear our sirens right now. That could be a sign 911. Divine masculine needs help, and I truly feel like they do need help, but I feel like the divine feminine rather is very much staying to themselves and waiting for the divine masculine to actually come out and ask for help. How does the divine masculine feel about the divine feminine? Thank you. I'm going to pull one more card. Thank you. All right, so I got the Devil, the Seven of Coins, and the Page of Coins for how the divine masculine feels right now about the divine feminine. Let me just sit on this for a minute. I feel like the divine masculine with the Devil being here is that they realize they fear, or there's some sort of fearful mindset about the connection, fearing of losing you, the divine feminine. Perhaps they know that their behavioral issues that they've demonstrated it within the connection may have caused you to say, fuck this, I'm not dealing with this abuse, like, not abuse, because I don't feel like A twin flame connection, just an FYI very briefly, is not domestic violence. It is not emotionally abusive. It is not physically abusive. If you are dealing with any of that, it is not a twin flame connection. Please stop the video. Do not read or listen. Do not listen to this any further. The messages are not for you if that's what's going on. This is two people being in a relationship, loving each other a lot, and just going through a lot of turmoil, a lot of hardships, and both amicably leaving the situation, or the individual leaves the situation, and it's not like a super toxic relationship, if you know what I mean. There's not it's not the song with Rihanna and Eminem where they're constantly fighting volcano and tornado, or whatever the fuck the lyrics are. It's not that kind of behavior. Okay, so if you're experiencing that, please stop this video. It is not for you. This is for twin flame connections that are not toxic, okay, that do not, because there's no such thing as a toxic twin flame connection. So the behavior, so for the divine masculine, maybe they had addiction to drugs or addiction to alcohol, or suffered severe anxiety and depression. Maybe there was a lot of marijuana use, and so, you know, clouding judgment, and not really focusing reality. Whatever it is, I believe the divine masculine feels like he's losing you because of his self-destructive behavioral patterns, okay? So he's very fearful that you're going to actually not want the connection again. So he's truly afraid of leaving you. The 7 of coins here is that they're seeing you going after your goals. Maybe some of you guys are really working hard at your at your job, business ventures. Maybe you're really, if you have children, you're really working hard and striving to be the perfect father or mother, whatever the situation is. They're seeing you looking at the lessons that you've learned and the experiences and how you've changed and grown and things that you're celebrating and being grateful for. They're seeing you evolving, okay? And seeing you sort of shift your priorities. Before, your priorities were on the divine masculine, and I think for the very first time for the divine masculine, they're looking at their divine feminine and realizing their divine feminine is not putting them first, and in fact is putting the divine feminine first before the divine masculine. This is something that's very new for the divine masculine to really go through. And so this is just, I feel like this 7 of coins is really playing on this devil card, in the sense that they're afraid that you're evolving so much that you don't want to be with them, because they're still having a hard time and struggling with themselves. So they really are admiring you. They're admiring your perseverance. They're admiring your strength. They're admiring just your overall leaderships and to take charge. Like, your divine feminine to the masculine is badass, and the divine masculine is they are completely attracted to the divine feminine right now. And that could also play on this devil message, because the devil can also be a very sexual card, a card of just raw and innate lust and passion. And I feel like right now the qualities that you're exuding, divine feminine, is that they're truly resonating and becoming very attracted in a very sexual way. They're sexually attracted to you. And so I'm also getting that with the devil card. With the page of coins, I'm getting that they see you as a really down-to-earth individual, that you're very kind and you're very ambitious and you're super youthful. Maybe you guys had a very playful relationship, and I feel like they admire and they miss that a lot. There's also the fact that you're very nurturing, and you had and you were very supportive towards them, and they are reminiscent of that, and they miss that. They're realizing you're being patient with them, and I'm hearing thank you. Like, thank you for being patient. Thank you for not being impulsive and reaching out to me and like destroying me as a human being by, you know, asking them questions like, why aren't you reaching out to me? I don't understand. We have this strong connection. Why can't you get your shit together? I don't understand. We're perfect together. Why are you not, you know, like that kind of behavior, just sort of like trying to push out the answers from them. They're appreciative that you're being patient, okay? To their best of their knowledge, they think that you are waiting for them, but they know that they have to hurry up because you may change. They are fearful that you will change your mind because you're evolving at such a high rate that eventually all these seeds that you're planting on your own divine feminine are going to start to grow, and you're going to want to pick the harvest, and you're going to want to relish in the labor. And if that doesn't involve the divine masculine, then you are just going to completely walk away. They are truly afraid of you leaving them and leaving the connection for good and not being able to move forward. And so they are aware of this, and they are trying to work things out. So that is kind of how they're feeling about the divine feminine right now. Let me see if we have any other messages from the Lynch-Strider deck. How does the divine masculine feel about the divine feminine at this time? Two cards. Let's see what they are. All right, so we got 9 of Cups. So you're really their true wish, okay? They are starting to really become aware of the connection that you both share. They're very excited about it. They're excited about you. They know that you're everything that they could ever hope or want. And they're trying with the Ace of Swords. They're really trying to get their shit together for you, because they want to be in a successful reunion. They are becoming more aware of the connection that you two share, and that they're not going to be able to find someone like you, divine feminine, okay? And they want to be successful, so they are trying to get their shit together because they know with this Devil card being here that they could want you all day long. You are evolving into something completely different from what they have experienced before, and that you could potentially leave the situation, and you're their wish. And so they're going to really work hard at this, okay? They're really wanting to work hard because they see that that this is a that this is it, that this is the best thing that will ever happen in their lives, and they don't want this opportunity to pass by. Okay, so that's how they're feeling about you. We're gonna get some more clarification that in regards to what's holding the connection back. What is holding the connection back? What's going on with the divine masculine that's holding them back? Holding them back from the connection with the divine feminine. Please clarify what is going on. What's holding the divine masculine from coming back with the divine feminine? What's holding the connection back? Thank you. What's holding the connection back? Let's get some more clarification. What's holding the connection back? Thank you. All right, so we got the 2 of Cups in reverse, the 4 of Wands in reverse, and then we got the 9 of Coins. This is letting me know what's holding the connection back. Could be a few things for some of you guys. So again, this may not resonate with everyone, but with the 2 of Cups reversed, I truly feel like many of you were in relationships with the divine masculine, and the relationship ended, And it created a very unstable environment. So that's why we get the Four of Wands reversed. I feel like there was a hope, there was a dream, there was optimism for the relationship to work. Maybe you guys were in separation and gotten back into reunion, and you know, wanting the upright, wanting the Four of Wands upright, and it just didn't work out for whatever reason. And so therefore there is a separation and no happy home right now. Okay. And this is really what's holding the connection back, because I feel the Divine Masculine felt they really wanted it. But they acted very selfishly, and they didn't really put much effort into the connection, which caused the separation and caused a lot of the feelings that they're feeling right now, not feeling worthy enough, not feeling abandoned, and truly becoming or recognizing what they've done. And so I feel like there is I feel like the Divine Masculine's really looking at the relationship and realizing that they more than likely were the cause of it by not being able to commit. They're having some emotional blockages within themselves and the relationship, I feel. And as I mentioned to you earlier before, they need to heal their past traumas and experiences that they've had in the past. There's a lot of unresolved issues that are really preventing them to continue to keep creating this connection with you in a positive manner. I feel like they have not been able to speak their truth, and that truth is really expressing their love for you, and that is a problem. And this is what's holding them back, is that this blockage. So for them, it's like they need to heal these past traumas, and I think they're becoming more aware that they need to, but that's really what's holding them back from the connection. And they're truly afraid of really getting hurt and communicating it with you, and you not wanting it. And the reason why I say that is because we do have the Nine of Coins, which I'll get to. But there is a huge fear that if we don't heal ourselves, that we will be alone forever, is how kind of the Divine Masculine is sort of feeling a little bit. With the Four of Wands being here, it's almost they need to reflect on themselves, their inner peace, because right now there's so much transitioning happening for them. I feel like the separation that both of you have experienced has caused a whirlwind of repercussions. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I experience this quite a bit. When I'm in harmony with my twin flame connection and we are in union, things seem to be better than when we are separated. It's like whenever we go into separation, things get even worse than they actually were, type of thing, you know. So so I feel like the Divine Masculine's really seeing that when they're not with you, their world gets flipped upside down, and that there needs to be a period of change. There needs to be some sort of self-reflection to rebuild, and really truly evaluate what it is that they want and need in life, and really focusing in on the connection. And so that's going to be really hard for them right now, because they're not healing yet, right? They're not in a period of healing. With the Nine of Coins, this is letting me know that for many of your twin flames, they are single, okay? Or many of them are single, or they're not in relationships that that are actually relationships, you know. Like, I feel like they're just hanging out, doing their own thing, but they also know that you're doing that, right? They also know that you're the single independent person, and I feel like what's holding them back is the feeling that you may not want them back, that you have gotten into this place of heightened awareness, and you're spiritually satisfied, and I feel that they see this, that you're able to really move forward in your life and manifest the dreams that you want, and you're radiating in such joy and happiness, because like I mentioned to you before, they are spying on you. They are aware of what you're doing. So I feel like because of that, they're really afraid, and that's blocking them. They're really afraid of trying to move forward towards you, because they're afraid that you've evolved so much that you're going to be like, no, I don't want you. And they're really afraid of rejection right now. And again, it's a whole ego thing, and it's something that they need to really work on. And we can't force that working. They have to do it on their own. But I feel like it's coming so much faster for them than it ever has been before. I feel like this period of time is really calling them more and more. What's the advice for the divine masculine? What's the advice for the divine masculine at this time frame? What's the advice for the divine masculine? Thank you. There's a lot of cards here. Alright, so we got the Four of Cups. Alright, so we got the Four of Cups, the Chariot reversed, and the Page of Coins reversed. So for the Four of Cups, I feel like for some divine masculines, there will be some divine feminines that come towards them to want to help to reestablish the connection. The divine message here, though, is that there is a need for support. So the divine's really telling them, you know, with the Four of Cups, to stop really being in this self-pity, right? To just stop being in this woe is me type attitude, right? And you know, nothing I do is ever right, and I fucked this up, and I don't know how to, you know, oh, woe is me, it's never going to be whatever. There's a lot of depression, a lot of sadness, and retreating and just kind of being in our own heads, right? And feeling lost and hopeless and bored about what's going on. But it's this card, what Spirit's advising for the divine masculine is that they need to take a moment to reevaluate their life and to be grateful for the things that have come their way, and to really tap into their system of support, you know, their love and support, and that's the divine feminine. So the advice here for the masculine is to seek help from the divine feminine, to reach out, to no longer stay within in your own head and just kind of continue to keep spiraling out of control. It's asking to ask for help, but more specifically, I feel like going in and really asking and really talking to your divine feminine. How can they work through their shadow side, which again was part of the divine messages that I had prior to starting the reading, is that they're really looking at their shadows, or maybe in the beginning of the reading, they're really looking at their shadow self with the Moon card. There we go, with the Moon card. And they're not really knowing what to do, and they're scared and they're frightened, and they're going through this self-perpetuating behavior and not realizing what it is that they need to do, and they're feeling lost. And I feel like they know that the divine feminine could really help them, and I'm not sure they know how to reach out, but it is saying the divine feminine is here offering you their assistance so you can stop this shitty behavior of just feeling crappy. You know, we as divine feminines don't want to see our divine masculine struggle. I mean, some of us may, depending on what happened, but I think for the most part, collectively, we don't want them to struggle. We want to be in union with them, and we want this union to happen as fast as possible. The next we have is the Chariot. So, and this is in reverse. So again, they're feeling out of control. They're feeling like they have little or no control over the situation. They're being asked to again, really watch out and to really watch over their behaviors, their thinking processes, and changing them from negative to positivity, because that's them being, excuse me, in this negative state is not helping. Okay, so it's asking them to navigate what they truly want and truly meditate. I feel like a lot of them don't really want to think about it, right? And so maybe with that devil card too, it's like they try to move forward and to just not think about the connection, but the more they do that, the worse it gets. So this card is saying face that, okay? Face what it is that you truly want. Stop being afraid, take charge. That's really what the advice is for the Divine Masculine. And then in regards to the Page of Coins in the reverse position, it's saying that there's a need to really plan action and to put that action into motion, right? And it's like, I feel like in their heads, they're knowing, okay, this is what I want to do to get to the Divine Feminine. This is how I'm going to reach out. This is what I'm going to do, blah, blah, blah. And they're really passionate about it. And they truly want to, but then when it comes time, they don't take action. And so, and being the Page of Pentacles, it's like really slow. So it's just kind of saying to them, like, stop with the slowness. If you have these plans, then you need to start making necessary steps. Stop talking about it, walk about it, is essentially the message for the Divine Masculine. And then we're going to do 2 more. What is the advice for the Divine Feminine in relation to his or her Divine Feminine? What is... Thank you. This deck really wants... Okay, I forgot to take out that sucks. Okay, so we have the Emperor. And we have the Three of Wands. So the advice here for the Divine Feminine is to continue to take leadership and ownership of your life. You're doing a great job. This is what you're supposed to be doing. You're seeking teamwork. You're rebuilding your life. You're staying strong. You're staying true to yourself. You're being this natural leader. It's saying continue to keep being that way, because the more you exemplify the Emperor, the more that your connection's going to be or you're going to be more attractive to your Divine Masculine. It's going to help raise your Divine Masculine. It's saying for you to continue to keep focused on the task ahead, being assured that where you are is where you're meant to be. It's saying to continue to step up and be confident, to take back your power, which you have been, and to continue to keep your power. It's time to really take initiative to manifest your goals, and you are manifesting them, and it's just saying to continue to keep doing a good job, to not forget that part of you, because you've worked so hard to get there. With the Three of Wands, it's saying that, you've come a long way in this connection, and you are walking your own path, and you're being true to your heart, and by doing that, you're gaining momentum here, okay? And things are starting to continue to keep moving forward, and I think you, Divine Feminine, can even feel that the more that you become powerful within your own self, the connection has gotten more intense and more strong for you, right? Like the psychic connections, the astral traveling, the dreams, and if you're not experiencing them, you are going to be experiencing them shortly. But this is what this card is saying. It's like you've reached a state of higher awareness, and you're getting things done. You're manifesting them, and it's saying to continue to keep doing so. Keep continuing to raise your vibration, and really becoming the Emperor here. All right. What does the Divine Masculine want to say? And this card jumped out, the World. For me, they're saying you are my world. You are everything to me, despite anything and everything that's happened. You are my world. Okay, that's what I'm getting with that card. I'm not reading it any more than you are my world. You complete me. What does the Divine Masculine want to say? I'm going to pull some romance angels out. What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? They truly feel like they can, you know, their world is their oyster when they're around you. Opportunities flow. They have hope. You are their world. Okay, so finances and career are an issue right now in the love life. So I feel like with that Two of Pentacles that they had in regards to their energy, I feel like they had a lot going on in that realm. There's a lot of stress involving that. So they're just pointing out that finances is an issue right now for them, and it's causing them a lot of stress, which I feel like has caused them to sort of disengage from the connection a little bit. What else does the Divine Masculine want to say? What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? What other messages? What other messages? Thank you. True love. This is a romance of a lifetime. So again, it's going with the world. They truly feel like this is it. They know. They know. They're aware of it. What else does the Divine Masculine want to tell the Divine Feminine? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. They want to let you know, please don't give up on me. Continue to keep loving me the way that you do. And truly keep loving them, forgiving them, sending them unconditional love. It's only going to help you guys connect. The Divine Feminine has all the power in this. What does the Divine Masculine want to say? Passion. They have a lot of passion for you. And I think that also came out sort of with the Devil card. They have a lot of passion, a lot of love, a lot of lust, a lot of sexual drive towards you. And I really feel like this is saying, like, allow, you know, obviously it's saying allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, but I feel like this card's jumping out because I think the Divine Masculine's really trying to push, don't give up on me. Please believe in the passion that we have and the connection. Please don't give up on me. I know I've been, you know, terrible in the sense that I've neglected this connection. I'm really working on myself. Just please keep fueling the passion, right? Keep fueling the passion. And I'm going to pull one more card and then we're going to move on. What else does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine? What does the Divine Masculine want to say to the Divine Feminine right now? What messages do we have for the Divine Feminine from the Divine Masculine? What do you want to say? Thank you. Flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. For a lot of you guys, I feel that the Divine Masculine is going to be flirting with you. So if you're not in communication with the Divine Masculine, I feel like they are going to come into communication with you, and I feel like they are going to start flirting to kind of pick up that energy for not just themselves, but also just for the connection as well. So I truly do feel like they are definitely going to be in contact with you soon enough, and I feel like they are going to be in flirtatious mode. And the last but not least, what will be the outcome of the connection this month, for the month of October? Let me see. Oh my god, too many cards. Hold on. The whole stack just fell. I'm going to stop this reading for just a sec. Whenever that happens to me, and as I was picking up the cards, because pretty much everything like flew, and they didn't just stay in a pack. They kind of just scattered throughout my floor. Whenever I get that, to me, it's spirit sort of communicating with me in regards to the outcome of the connection. And while I was picking them up, I got, there's just so much scattered energy that the outcome is endless and is filled with possibilities, because there's so many connections out there. There is possibility that towards the end of October, beginning of November, a lot of you guys will come back in reunion. Or a lot of you guys will be taking steps to become in reunion. So it's just kind of letting me know that this connection is, oh no, I didn't even realize this happened. That this connection is truly different for each and every one of you guys. You guys walk your own path. And so there are going to be endless opportunities for reconciliation for many of you. And for others, you guys will still stay in separation, but start working towards that reunion. But what will be the outcome for this reunion or this connection for the end of October, beginning of November? What kind of outcome are we looking at here for the collective? What kind of outcome are we looking at for the collective? Okay. 3 cards are coming out, and 1 fell on the floor. All right, so I got 9 of Swords reversed, the Sun, and I got the Strength card. So this is letting me know that the sleepless nights, the anxiety, the depression, the feeling of like we can't move forward, this is going to start ending, and we're going to start feeling that there's a new hope, a new beginning. There's going to be some sort of revelation going on, something positive happening with this connection, another rebirth. The sun is shining down so brightly on this individual, and it's just, it's filling a warm glow. It's giving this connection warmth, right? Because for so long you've been in the dark. It's giving you warmth and light, and for so long for the divine feminine and even for the divine masculine, we've been in the cold, we've been in the dark, not knowing where to go. We've been in pain and anxiety, and we've been feeling quite tortured about the connection. But now that this is in reverse, we're moving away from that sort of behavior and going into the light and feeling that warmth on our skin, on our connection that we have with our divine masculine. And there's going to be new revelations, and it's saying that the outcome is requiring self-love, self-care. It's requiring strength and courage to move towards the connection, and this is for both the divine masculine and for the divine feminine. It requires courage, self-love, self-care, self-determination. Courage is the main portion. Excuse me. Courage is the main thing here. And so therefore, this is the outcome. So for some of you, it will be complete reunion, right? For others of you, it will be a revelation. Your divine masculine will start to move forward or move towards you. Not in complete reunion, but at least coming out of the dark and from anxiety to new hope, new light, and making their presence known, and kind of just providing yourself the self-care and self-love that you need for this connection. I hope this resonated. Please leave me some likes, comments, shares. I would love to see how this resonates with your own twin flame journey. If you'd like to book a reading in regards to your personal twin flame journey, you can certainly book an appointment with me. I'll be adding up some more options on my website. But you can shoot me an email. My information will be down below in the description box, and just let me know you're looking for a twin flame reading. And I can price it out for you there. So anyway, again, I hope this resonated. Please definitely let me know how it did or didn't. I'm always looking for feedback. I think it's crucial to this process. And I wish you all the luck, all this healing, all the self-love. I wish you the best on your twin flame journey for the end of October, beginning of November. Love and light to all of you.